Good morning. So today, next we are going to discuss about the drug surveillance. Now, in case of the drug surveillance, mainly why it is required, because the ADR are the different types of the ADR is there. Minor, where there is a no treatment or the antidote is required, or there is a no need of the hospitalization. Next is moderate, where the treatment is required or the change into the treatment it is there, and within one day you can say that at least one day it may be required. Severe, it is required the intensive treatment, life threatening, and it may cause the permanent damage. Lethal, directly or indirectly it will contribute to the death of the patient. Now what will happening, if we are telling about the this thing, here if you can see that it may, here we have written the death, life threatening adverse effect, inpatient hospitalization, persistence and significant incapacity or the subsequent disruption of the ability of the construct normal life function, and congenital abnormality at birth defect. So if these are the 5 points, if it is there, then we are considering this one as a serious adverse effect. Clear? Serious adverse effect. So it may be the birth defect or the congenital deficiency abnormality. It may be the you can say the death, it may be the life threatening, it required the prolonged hospitalization, or you can say that it caused the disruption of ability to construct the normal drug function. Now management of ADR. Now how we can do it? It can be we can do it, uh, you can say that if we are stopping the drug, then that you can say that if there is a life-threatening condition, then you can say that we should discontinue the drug. If there is a reasonable alternative is there, you should try that, and you can say that depends upon the patient condition, then you can say that the drug can be given. And you can say that if it is medically necessary, absolute necessary, then you can continue with the drug. If you can say that there is a no alternative, and if it is essential, then you can give the drug. If there is a problem is mild, then you can continue with the drug. Then you need to discontinue non-essential medication, because in the prescription and number of non-essential medication also you can observe. Administer appropriate treatment. That means here it is means the antidotes it can be used. Then provide the supportive care and consider the challenge or the desensitization. So these are the things it need to be considered. Now why it is reported, need to be reporting the adverse drug events and the reaction, because see a number of the adverse drug reaction, it's required the hospital admission. And you can say that most of the cases in patient it can be observed, because they are taking the more number of the drug. And you can say that though the percentage of the death is comparatively less, but they may cause the death, and it is adversely affect the quality of the life. Then you can say that patient is going to lose their confidence and increase cost, medical treatment cost, it will be increases. So these are the things it is you can say that required to, you can say that documenting and reporting the ADR. And it is because if we are report this ADR, we can understand that which drug may produce what type of the adverse effect, and that can be a future in future it may be useful to stop the adverse effect to the other people. That's why you can say that drug surveillance it will be required, and through the different program WHO and the you can say that different agencies in India and the other things, they are making the drug surveillance, clear, drug surveillance. And there should then you can say that for the recognizing problem, there need a particular protocol. It should be go with the particular protocol. It is not like that any means anyhow you can say that without any format it can be done. No, it should be go with the proper protocol, it is there. Now in this case there is the importance of the pharmacovigilance. Now in India pharmacovigilance program, it is there. Now what is pharmacovigilance? It is science, pharmacological science relating to the collection, detection, assessment, monitoring and the prevention of the adverse reaction with the pharmaceutical product. So what does it mean? It is the collection, detection, assessment, monitoring and prevention. So collection to prevention, all the info it is there, information related to the adverse drug effect with the pharmaceutical product. So it is nothing but it is helpful for the drug safety. It is important for the drug safety. And if we are seeing that pharmacovigilance includes all these things, it may be the expert team, it may be the medical representation executives, medical advisor team, doctors and patient, you can say that communication, those who are involved into this particular program are involved in this particular you can say that program. Now what are the different peoples and what is their function? So we'll discuss from that framework. It is nothing but the reporters who are going to report this drug adverse effects. So these are the doctors, pharmacists, nurses, other healthcare workers, or even the consumer patient. They are can report it. So all the who are handling the drug, who are taking the drug, who are giving the drug, all can report the you can say that about the ADR. Now functions after reporting reports suspected side effect, adverse effect, quality concern and error. So a report it will focus on this target area: side effect, adverse effect, quality concern and error. And from the manufacturer also this information it will you can say that, or hospital institution it may come. Next is you can say that from this, after getting this report, there will be the data collection and data analysis, it will be there, and there will be the causality analysis and the risk determination, it will be there. And in that case, who are the evaluator? Medical specialist, clinical pharmacologist, pharmacist, epidemiologist, they are going to check all those information. And here the structure: pharmacovigilance center is there, drug and therapeutic committee is there, safety advisory committees are there. These are the committee which involves this evaluator to check this data, analyze this data and assessment of the risk, etc. Next is decision making and appropriate action. So next is depends upon the analysis of the data, there will be the decision making and appropriate action. So regulatory authorities, industry, health service, professional groups, advisory committee, they are giving their inputs, and as a result there will be the decision making and all by the government, and that will be helpful to reduce the morbidity or the mortality. And in India you can say that you can find these are the format, clear? These are the format which is available, clear? For voluntary reporting of the adverse drug reaction by the healthcare professionals. That means those who are the healthcare profession, it may be the doctor, nurses, pharmacist, etc. They can fill up this form and they can send to this particular center. Here the how it will be reporting, it is there. Mobile apps are also available there. And in case of the customers, those who are the customers, if you can find about the customers, so they can fill this particular form. It is available into the different regional language. It is also available because it need to be understood to the customers, and they can send here. And these are the generally ADR monitoring center in Assam. What are the things are available? So hope you have understood. And next is what is the role of pharmacist. Now role of pharmacist, say overall what is the role of monitoring of the patient. You can say that to identify the risk, assessing, documenting, then you can say that to evaluating the drug therapy, whether it is appropriate or not, then to identify the possible drug reaction in case of the multiple therapy, then assisting other healthcare professionals to identify and assessing this ADR, documenting the suspected report, follow up what is to the patient, obtaining feedback, then education to the other healthcare staffs, educating the patient, creating awareness in the public and the society. Then you can say that promotional utilization and preparation of the promotional materials for the circulation, communication with the other healthcare staff or community pharmacist, then presentation of the report in the meeting and conference, conducting workshop, conference, seminar on the this ADR, and dissemination of the signal generating through the publication report or the journals. Thank you.